Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how I grew my hair out from a really short pixie cut to really butt long hair. So if you want to know how I did that and my top tips, then just stay tuned. But 10 years ago I had really short hair, and I loved the hairstyle, don't get me wrong, but I just wanted to grow my hair out again, and I didn't cut my hair since then. I mean, I did cut my split ends, but I never like cut my hair just on purpose to get shorter hair. And for us curly girls, it takes even longer to grow our hair out. So obviously it curls, so it appears shorter than it actually is. So if I would stretch out my curls and I would have my hair in the back, you see that it actually goes over my butt, so that's crazy. And with curls, it is pretty much reaching my butt already. And the reason why I wanted to film this video is because I get a lot of questions from friends and people in real life and online as well. So I wanted to give you my main tips. It took me about 5 to 6 years until I got to this length, and since then I just like to maintain this length. So tip number 1 is really obvious and you hear it all the time, but I have to say it because that's what worked for me and I think will work for many people, is that you need to have a healthy diet, because without a healthy diet you won't have a healthy body, and so your hair can't grow. So eat your fruits and veggies if you want to have long luscious hair. Obviously if you eat healthy you will also have healthy skin and you will feel better, but your hair will grow as well, way faster and way healthier. You especially need to incorporate more greens into your diet if you want to see luscious hair. A really easy way to do that is to throw in your greens into your smoothie. I love making smoothies because it's an easy way to get your vitamins of the day into your diet, and you don't really have to think much about it. Just throw everything in what you find. And what I do is I throw way more greens into my smoothies than fruits, because I don't want to have that much sugar and more of the healthy ingredients of the greens. I love using greens such as spinach or kale. These are my favorites because they're super healthy. And to give you an example, I'm gonna throw in a video right now and show you how I do my smoothie. For example, in this smoothie I put spinach, a lot of it. If you're new to it, then just add a little, but just a handful is also enough. 1 persimmon, 2 clementines, 1 pomegranate, and 1 avocado. This smoothie is for 3 servings, so you can just keep it in your fridge, or also have a really big glass of it, so you can have it as a breakfast, for example. And in the end, this is how it looks like. It's super green, as you can see. If you want to have it a little more sweet, I think for people who don't drink a lot of green smoothies, this will be a little heavy maybe. You can add a banana or dates, for example, which work perfect for sweetening your smoothie. So tip number 2 is oil treatments. Oil treatments are an essential for me since I was a small kid. This is why my hair was always very healthy. You can do hot oil treatments as well. Just warm the oil up and massage your scalp with it really thoroughly for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, how much time you have and want to spend on it. But this tip is like one of the biggest tips I have, because you're stimulating your scalp. And when it comes to oils, you can use whatever works for you. I would suggest to try out different oils and see which is best for your hair, because it really depends on the person and the hair texture. For some people, for example, coconut oil doesn't work well because it's really heavy, or olive oil. But for me, olive oil, for example, is one of the best oils ever, because it isn't that expensive and it's really moisturizing. But you can also use lighter oils such as almond oil or jojoba oil to moisturize the hair, especially if you have straight hair or wavy hair, and you don't want your hair to look super oily. Then I suggest using lighter oils, or argan oil, for example, avocado oil. Just use a tiny bit depending on your hair texture and your the amount of hair you have. For straight hair or wavy hair, it was just a tiny bit of oil. Rub it in your fingers and then go through your hair like this. This is like coating your hair, keeping it moisturized. And the oil treatment I do or did always like about once a week. I take a lot of oil, not just a tiny bit, a lot of it, and go through all my hair from the scalp until to my tips, and especially the tips because they're really dry, and just massage it in, and then I keep it in my hair as long as I can overnight, or sometimes I even leave it inside for longer if I can, and just put it in a bun and just go out and do my business. If you don't have much time, you can also just leave it in your hair for about an hour or half an hour and wash it out right after it, and after that your hair will be super shiny and super healthy. And just do this as much as you can. I would suggest at least once a week. That's what I always did, and it works really nicely. Tip number 3 is deep conditioning. I always try to deep condition my hair at least once in 2 weeks because I don't always find time to do it. Let's be honest, conditioning is just as a oil treatment. It keeps your hair moisturized and healthy. So you want to have healthy hair to get long curly hair or straight hair, and the best way to do it I think is with DIY hair masks. Because they're really easy to make, and you can find a lot of the ingredients in your kitchen, and it doesn't take that much time, and you don't have to spend a lot of money as well. I mean, there are really good deep conditioners out there, by Shea Moisture for example, or other brands that really will keep your hair moisturized, but DIY hair mask really helped me to keep my hair healthy. I don't always buy deep conditioners because they're kind of pricey, especially in Europe. I feel they don't have a lot of variety when it comes to deep conditioners, especially when it comes to curly hair. So I just thought I have to do it myself. And if you want to see how I do my hair masks, I have a lot of DIY videos on my channel, and I'm gonna do even more videos because I feel like I have a lot of ideas and I want to share it with you. So you just take your hair mask and you put it thoroughly through your hair, and from your scalp to your tips, especially tips, they're always really dry. I think everyone has really dry hair tips, and just leave it in for about an hour or 2, or how long you have, and then you just wash it out, and afterwards your hair will be way more moisturized because the shampoo will not strip all the moisture out of your hair, because that will lead to breakage and split ends, and that's not what you want if you want to get long hair. This really helped me to maintain the length, especially if you have curly hair. I urge you to deep condition your hair at least once in 1 or 2 weeks, depending on how much time you've got. Tip number 4 is so important. This is like one of the biggest points. I know I say that to a lot of my points, but this is seriously a game changer. It changed my game a lot, because in the beginning of my hair journey I didn't put in any leave-in conditioner. I used oils, which helped me a lot, but the leave-in conditioner changed like the game because it keeps my hair moisturized. Curly hair is super dry by nature, and if you don't use a leave-in conditioner, all the moisture in your hair will just disappear. So always after I wash my hair, I use a leave-in conditioner, always when my hair is still damp, and I just go thoroughly through all the sections. So I put the leave-in in from the top to the bottom, and I just go around till I come to the front. There are many different techniques, but that's like one technique you can do, and so you are sure that all of your hair strands are moisturized. And when it comes to leave-in conditioners, this goes hand in hand with the deep conditioners. It's really difficult to find good leave-in conditioners for curly hair in Europe, so I need to improvise a lot, or needed to improvise a lot in my younger age. I think now there's a little more variety than in the beginning, but yeah, but still there aren't a lot of products for curly hair. So I use a self-made leave-in conditioner. It's made by flax seeds. I'm gonna do, my next video is gonna be about that, so you're gonna see how I make it. It's super easy. Honestly, this is the easiest DIY ever. It's super easy, and it is the best leave-in conditioner I've ever used. And honestly, when you put on the flaxseed gel on your hair after it, when it's damp and it dries, it gets like kind of a coat, and your hair feels super strong. And this is gonna keep it healthy when you are outside in the wind or in the sun. So that's what I do now. I have been using this flaxseed gel for about 3 years or something like that, and it works so nicely. This really changed the game for me because my curls are super defined as well. For me, it's not essential to have super defined curls, but if I don't have any leave-in in or the flaxseed gel, then my hair gets super frizzy and is really prone to breakage. So that's why I like my hair to be defined, because then it's secure and the curl stays in the pattern it is, and is not like completely frizzing out. Like if I touch it and you can see it will just frizz out like this. And this is just more prone to breakage in my opinion, and this is what works for me. And it also prevents my hair from getting a lot of knots, which leads to breakage once again when I have to detangle. When I was younger and I grew my hair out, I didn't know about it. I just used oils, but oils just seal in the moisture, but you need to get the moisture in your hair first. When your hair is damp, you put on the leave-in, which will give you the moisture, and then you put on oil, which will seal the moisture. That's the difference between oils and leave-in conditioners or leave-ins, because oils would just seal your hair, and it doesn't matter if it's dry inside or not. You first have to put in moisture so it can seal that moisture. Tip number 5 is really obvious once again, but that's what is so important. No heat. Don't use any type of heat on your hair. I mean, it isn't always possible. Sometimes when I go out somewhere and I need to wash my hair, obviously I have to blow dry it, and then I just use a little bit of heat on my scalp so it dries faster, and then I use cold air for my hair and my curls, because otherwise it will destroy my hair. So just use as little as you can, and I always air dry my hair. So I wash my hair when I know, okay, I'm gonna stay home probably, so I don't have to use any heat. Heat is like the biggest enemy. I remember when I was about 14 or 13 or something like that, I straightened my hair all the time, and it like damaged my hair so badly. It was just split ends over split ends, and obviously my hair didn't grow and I looked super dry, especially with curls. This is like the end. I haven't used, and especially straighteners, this is like worse than blow drying your hair, because obviously it's on your hair. So I didn't straighten my hair for about, I don't know, 5 years, maybe even longer, 6 years. And if I do, I would suggest just once a year or twice a year, but just be really careful. I just learned to love my hair. In the beginning, I didn't really know how to handle curls, so obviously I wanted to have straight hair. Everyone had straight hair, so I wanted to have straight hair as well. But then I learned to really love and appreciate my hair, and especially I knew how to, or learned how to handle my hair and how to keep it to keep my hair healthy and defined and beautiful. So now I don't really have the urge to straighten my hair. This really helped me, and it still helps me to maintain my length. I'm sure if I would straighten my hair more often, this will all just break down. So especially if you have curly hair, I really suggest you to stay away from heat as much as you can. Air dry your hair, and you will see a huge difference. My next tip is scalp massages. I try to massage my scalp as much as I can. For example, when I watch TV or just something, I'm just sitting around, whatever, I just massage my scalp to get the blood flowing, and which will promote hair growth. And the best way to do it is to use essential oils with it, which will just stimulate your hair follicles and your scalp to grow your hair. You can use a lot of essential oils to do that. I love using lavender oil because it smells really nice and it's also against dandruff. So if you got a little dandruff problem sometimes, then I would really suggest it. Or if you have a dry scalp, it's really important to keep your scalp healthy, not just your hair itself but your scalp, because there is where your hair is growing out. So I think a lot of people kind of miss this part. They just think about the hair part but not about the scalp. So I love using lavender oil or tea tree oil, peppermint oil. These are all oils which will stimulate your scalp and promote hair growth even more. By saying that, it's also really important to keep your scalp clean and healthy, so your hair can grow out of it and there's not much buildup. So use a good clarifier, use a good shampoo without sulfates or parabens, and get all the buildup, all the dirt and oils first out of it. And after it's done and it's super clean, then I would use essential oil and just massage it thoroughly through your hair, just like that. Just go around in circles, the back of your head, the sides, everything. And that's really therapeutic as well. So if you've got headache or something, or you tend to that, then it will help as well. And the last tip is one of my main tips, depending on the season, but especially in winter. I keep my hair in a protective style. So protective styles are an essential to grow your hair out, since there will be less breakage and damage when you just keep your hair tied together. I love putting my hair in a braid or in braids, or putting it in a bun, which I do a lot. I think too often, even, because I'm just too lazy sometimes to style my hair and make the curls, make them pop in. So I just throw it in a bun and I'm out the door. But this is also really good in a way because it keeps my hair protected. So this is something which will also really help you to keep it long and healthy, or grow it out long. So if I'm out the door, or I know I'm gonna stay out pretty much the whole day, then I try to keep my hair in a bun or in another protective style to keep it protected from getting too many knots, because I do get knots if I just keep it out all day and just move around and all that. So I want to keep it protected from damage, because afterwards I would need to detangle my hair, and that would lead to more breakage, and the weather as well would just damage it more than it should. So if you want to get healthy hair, just keep it protected as much as you can. I pretty much keep my hair protected most of the week, like depending on the week and what I have going on, but at least 3 to 4 times a week I keep it in a protective style, because I don't have the time and I don't want to deal with damaged hair. I want to keep it healthy and at least split ends as I can. So this is the way I grew my hair from a really short pixie cut to but long hair. I really enjoy having long hair and I don't see myself cutting it very soon. So these are the tips that help me to grow out my hair this long, even while being curly. So it is possible. But another thing I want to mention is that it also depends on genetics. Obviously, you can't get super duper long hair if no one in your family has super duper long hair. So don't forget that and don't get frustrated. But you can keep your hair as healthy as possible, which will lead to super healthy and long hair as much as it is possible for you. But don't get too discouraged. Be patient. It took me, as I said, at least 5 to 6 years to get super long hair. It's not so much about thinking to getting long hair, but more about keeping it healthy. So if you keep it healthy, you will get the results. It will come. It will take time, so don't stress it, because it doesn't work that way. But all of these tips will definitely bring out the best So to summarize it again, have a healthy diet, eat your greens, do your oil treatments, deep condition as much as possible, have a leave-in, use as little heat as possible, massage your scalp, clarify it, and use protective styles. All of these tips will definitely lead you to super nice long luscious, curly or straight hair. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like this video, comment if you have questions or other ideas or tips. Tell me about your hair journey, how it's going, and I will be pleased to help you if I can. And don't forget, it's a journey to get long hair. It's not about the end result. I enjoyed every stage of my hair length. I never really focused too much on getting long hair, but just having healthy hair, as I said. Just do that and you will see how we will see progress. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more hair care videos. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in my next video.